This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard.
Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is episode number 153. My name is Adam Patterson. With me today we have Kevin Rakestraw. How you doing, Kevin?
Doing all right.
We're also joined by Ryan Holes, back from the brink. Ryan, how are you feeling?
I can actually breathe now, so it's cool.
So you did watch the movie that we were originally going to have you watch last week.
Yes.
Which was Secretary.
And I'm assuming that it's something to do with 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Well, just like that movie, I'm going to say never watch it, ever. That's all I have to say.
So just...
You're not a big fan of Secretary.
No.
But what about Spader?
He's a weirdo.
How so?
Weren't there some really funny keywords on that one on the IMDb page?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up because I think they were like ridiculous. You read them to me, and I was like,
"Oh yeah, that's right." Oh, here we go. Kissing someone's stomach. Ejaculation on buttocks. Please tell me about that, Ryan.
There's a scene where Maggie Gyllenhaal works for him, and Maggie Gyllenhaal gets called into his office, and he tells her to bend over and get naked, and he says, "Don't worry, I'm not gonna fuck you," and he just jacks off and ejaculates on her buttock. It's fucking weird.
So that's a legit keyword.
Yeah.
I guess I should click on this. Is this relevant? And say yes.
Yeah.
It also says pony play. What's pony play?
I don't remember that. But I assume it's something weird because, like I said, that movie is very, very odd.
What about urination? That's one of the keywords.
I don't remember knowing any pain on. And I think I would remember that.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So Secretary is a big pass.
Yeah.
What did you watch this week?
Dragonfly?
Dragonfly.
What?
Picked this in honor of McFarland USA coming out. It's another Kevin Costner movie.
Oh yeah.
This one came out in 2002. It's directed by Tom Shadyac. I have a synopsis here. A grieving doctor is being contacted by his late wife through his patient's near-death experiences. Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about this Dragonfly?
Well, Kevin Costner and this lady are married. And they're with the actress. And she goes to the Amazon in Venezuela to help tribes there recover with the Red Cross. And she ends up getting a landslide while she's in a bus, and it kills her, but no one ever finds her body. So, cut back to wherever they are. Forget what's in it. But he goes right back to work like there's no downtime. And he little by little suspects that she is trying to contact him through their pet parrot. And some of her cancer patients and people that are having near-death experiences, and he starts freaking out, and eventually he gets almost loses his job and starts to sell the house and go on vacation. And the vacation he gets on is right where she died. And he sees this weird symbol from the parent and the various incidents with the parent and incidences with the near-death experiences. And finally he figures out that the symbol is a waterfall marked on this map. And he goes to Venezuela and finally gets to the spot where there's like a village, but they have no outside contact. And he gets there and figures out that before she died, she was pregnant and
What?
she had a baby.
Oh my goodness.
And the villagers harvested the baby.
Oh.
And they're raising the baby until he goes and takes the baby.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's just
get the fuck out of here.
How did she have a baby and he didn't even know about it?
Apparently she was pregnant before she went on this trip. But like I said, no one ever found her body. So they couldn't figure out if she was dead or if she gave birth or, what happened.
Okay. Alright.
So he goes to the village, finds the kid, and that's it. Yeah, live happily ever after.
But she did die, right? She just had the baby and then died.
Correct.
And she's going through in the afterlife trying to talk to Costner. Like, go back and get the kid.
Get the kid.
Get the kid.
Get this kid.
Your kid's out there being raised by a village.
Correct.
Wow.
This movie sounds amazingly horrible.
It's pretty bad.
Now, why is it called Dragonfly, though?
Because the symbol
Oh, jeez.
that he always sees,
Oh, God.
and the symbol that the parrot gives off, and the symbol in the exposure that the experiences, they're all the same symbol, and they all resemble the dragonfly, which she also has a birthmark of.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
Going heavy on the Dragonfly.
So, what'd you think of this overall?
It wasn't anything exciting. you know the movie Next Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see where this goes.
Yeah, I know.
You know the three brothers?
Yeah, I think so. I think I know.
Okay, well, the one brother is the one main assistant in this movie. I guess Kevin Costner's like plane bar pilot buddy and travels with him when he goes to Venezuela. I don't know.
Okay. So the one guy from Next Friday's in this.
Yes.
A roundabout way of saying it.
And there's a lot of, at the end, there's a lot of naked old women.
Huh?
Or not naked, topless old women. Because
Okay.
apparently they live in a tribe that doesn't believe in shorts.
Understandable.
Yeah, I get it.
There's a lot of tribes like that.
So on the cover, this says it's a supernatural shocker.
Whoa, a shocker?
Supernatural shocker.
Did it shock you, Ryan?
It was, no.
No?
The shocking parts are probably the loud, the abruptly loud noises.
Jump scares.
Got some jump scares in this?
When the parrot starts freaking out. It's like the parrot doesn't talk to Kevin Costner and apparently hates him and like turns his back towards Kevin Costner.
Hmm.
And in one scene, the parrot freaks out and eventually dies.
Oh,
But he just freaks out. It's loud noises.
Okay. So
parrots.
this is actually Kevin Costner's worst rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes. It only got a 7%.
Who gave this a favorable review? Do we know? Probably the one that said that it was a supernatural shocker.
Exclamation point, by the way, in that.
All caps.
Somebody said, if you're not expecting the second coming of Alfred Hitchcock, Dragonfly is an agreeable way to pass the time. And that was the fresh. That was the fresh.
Oh, I like this. If you just set your expectations extremely low.
If you go into it hating it, it's probably not going to be the worst thing you ever saw. So this is let's talk about Tom Shadyac. He's been kind of all over the place as far as directing stuff. He's mostly done comedies. He did Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that was probably the one that kind of launched his career. He did The Nutty Professor. He did Liar Liar, Patch Adams.
Oh man, he was on fire until Dragonfly.
Yeah. He produced Nutty Professor 2, then Dragonfly. Then he did Bruce Almighty.
Oh, he bounced back.
Little bit of a bounce back for Bruce Almighty. He did Evan Almighty.
Then nosedive again.
And then his most recent one that I see here is a documentary called I Am.
So this is kind of, because everything's essentially a comedy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except for Dragonfly.
Pretty much.
Dipped his toes into the supernatural shocker.
That's a great subgenre.
It's one of my favorites.
Especially when you have the old Costner in there.
Oh, you gotta have Costner. If you want it to be shocking, Costner's the way to go.
So out of all of his films, actually only 2 of them were marked fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, and that's Liar Liar, which got an 81%, and The Nutty Professor, which got a 65%.
Wow.
All the rest are rotten, including Ace Ventura.
Kind of surprised at the number of movies of his that I've seen.
I've seen quite a few.
Whew. What's your favorite out of those, Ryan?
Ace Ventura.
You still all about Ace Ventura?
Yeah.
I would have to say it's probably my favorite too. I like probably Liar Liar.
I think maybe I would go Liar Liar.
Yeah, I think I'd go Liar Liar. I remember I liked that. It's been years since I've seen that, but I remember I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Evan Almighty might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I haven't seen Evan Almighty.
I don't know why I saw this or how and when, but it happened and it was awful.
I remember when you saw Bruce Almighty and you came back and said it was such a piece of shit.
Yeah, that was not good. But just imagine that, but even worse.
I thought this was more interesting than The Postman.
Okay, so comparing this to The Postman, you prefer this one?
Yeah.
Interesting. Is it... I'm trying to get what the vibe was of this movie. Did it have a supernatural vibe? Was it played like kind of a horror movie or what?
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a slasher or anything, but there's some mind games happening.
Was it like, what was that one with Michael Keaton, White Noise?
Sort of.
Was it like that?
Yeah, but yeah. That movie at certain points scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, White Noise is more of a straight up horror movie at times. But wasn't it like similar? Like he lost his wife or something? It was, or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lost his wife, and I think he was trying to find her in White Noise.
Hence the title.
All right. I feel like there's not a whole lot for you to say about this one.
It's really not. Man, it seems like when you're watching it, it seems like it would take 45 minutes to tell the story, but it took like an hour and 45 minutes. So some of it was drawn out.
It seems like, okay, so the critics' consensus on Rotten Tomatoes says sappy, dull, and muddled. Dragonfly is too melancholic and cliched to generate much suspense. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, sort of. It plays on the childhood cancer near-death experience thing.
Well, okay. So he knows all these people that have near-death experiences. He has that many patients that all seem to have near-death experiences and see his wife.
They were her.
They were her
patients.
Oh, so they were her patients. Okay.
So like no one's been taking care of them since she died.
Well,
is that why they're all dying?
That's one of the things I'm wondering too.
All these kids in this hospital seem to be having near-death experiences at the same time.
So
the one kid, when he initially went to the hospital, he was unconscious, and she brought him back to life, but then died. So this kid never really met her, and he described her to the T, like he knew her.
Okay, so
that's a shocker. That's a shocker.
One might even say that that's a supernatural shocker, Kevin.
You could. I wouldn't disagree. Are they just naturally having near-death? Because it does seem odd that a bunch of people are having near-death experiences. Or is she from the other side killing them to have them come back?
I think the idea is that they're all her former patients, and they're all trying to give him a roundabout message.
I'm just wondering how does the parrot play into it? If she's only speaking through people having near-death experiences, but at the same time she's able to go to the house and have the parrot do crazy shit.
Well, everything the parrot's involved in, the little dragonfly mark is on the windows and shit that's spilled on the floor.
That's what I mean. Like, wouldn't she just like camp out at the house, like do some ghost camping?
Yeah,
just hang out at the house and do.
That's not fair.
Just like spelling stuff out and spilled milk and whatnot.
That's just not how it works in this world, Kevin. In this world, you gotta communicate through people that had near-death experiences.
And just to think of the person that had the near-death experience, that's kind of like anticlimactic, isn't it? Like you have a near-death experience, you see the light, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna find out what happens. And then this woman just walks up and she's like, hey, can you tell my husband to go to Venezuela? And you're like, wait, this is all I get?
Like, where's my family? Where's my family that has passed away?
Yeah, what the fuck? Now I gotta run errands when I go back? Like, what the fuck?
Who are you? Get the fuck out. This is for me. What are you doing here?
Why do I have to help you? It's just...
I guess it's... All these kids see this, but of course no one believes them because they're dying kids and everyone thinks they're just, trying to cope with whatever.
Yeah.
It just seems like an odd thing that you would say as a dying kid to be like, oh, I saw my former doctor when I was in there.
Yeah.
We had a nice chat.
She said something about Venezuela. Go to Venezuela?
Go to the rainbow something? I'm not sure.
There's a waterfall? Something to do with dragonflies?
Another kid. I don't know if this will probably confuse people even more. But there's another kid that... Oh, God, I just lost my train of thought.
There's another kid, and he does something confusing?
God damn it, no. I think I just confused myself.
Oh, jeez.
All right, well...
I have a quick question for you. Because Rex Reed said that this is numbingly pretentious. This doesn't seem like the type of film that would be pretentious. Would you label it pretentious, Ryan?
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
Numbingly, certainly.
I don't know. It seems like if Rex Reed is calling something pretentious, it very well
It's
may
just,
be.
it just seems like a very odd movie to, slap with the pretentious label.
Yeah, but if they're like child doctors and going to Venezuela to help, and it may be there, may
Could
get there,
skirt the line of pretentiousness.
maybe. It's all in how it's presented too, you know.
True.
All right, let's go ahead and give your drum roll, Ryan. What do you give Dragonfly?
4.
That's a 4 out of 10 on Dragonfly.
Straight into that.
Yeah, that's a quickie. Woof. So, what do you think about McFarland USA?
I think it's a big piece of shit.
Whoa.
And
Wow.
I'm also wondering why they didn't make a movie called York, PA.
But then what?
Why they didn't make a movie called York, PA.
York, USA?
Or, yeah, well, did he go for that one?
Well, because maybe there's no cross-country coach in York that transforms a team of athletes into championship contenders.
Fucking, what was that gym teacher's name?
Well, I know that one coach on Dallastown, didn't he just get like arrested for
Yeah.
doing something,
Yep.
molesting a girl or something?
Yep. The girl softball coach, Mr.
Yes, say his name.
Reaganer.
Mr. Who?
Reaganer.
Mr. Reaganer.
Yep.
Are you sure that that's who it was?
Yep. That's who Justin Desmond was.
Okay, so that's what York has. York, Pennsylvania has gym teachers that are molesting their contenders.
Oh no.
Which I guess you could make a movie about that.
You could. I doubt Disney would be producing it,
No, I don't think so.
but
This one, and it's still star Kevin Costner.
I think, didn't we also have another gym teacher that was like,
well, one
I
of
don't
our
know if they were accused of it, and they had, because weren't they like they were like the volleyball coach or some shit.
oh
And they were
maybe
accused of it, and then they had to like stop being a coach, but they were still a gym teacher.
well, one of our other gym teachers did end up marrying a former student too.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, the one young gym teacher we had in high school, can't remember his name.
That,
Chad
yeah.
or Thad? Thad.
Thad?
That was his name, right?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it was Thad.
It was THA, yeah.
That was his last name or his first name?
His
That
first name was
the first
Thad.
name.
What was his last name?
Thad Gold.
Gold.
Thad Gold.
That's what it was.
Oh, we're just dragging these people's names through the mud here. We don't even know for sure what's going on.
G-O-U-L-D.
This is all speculation.
I would like to see this movie get made about the apparently rampant molestation that happened in our high school, and have it be the exact same poster for this with the people running on the beach. And it just says York, USA. The hands all in.
Oh, the girls running away from teachers.
Oh man, yeah, this movie doesn't look too good.
No, what is this about? Cross country?
It looks like...
Can you pick a more boring sport to make a movie about? Like how are they, like, you usually have those like overly dramatic sports sequences. How are you going to do that with cross country running?
the last 5 steps. Slow-mo over the finish.
Yeah, they're gonna skip over most of it, and then at the end they're gonna ramp it up, suspense. Like, you don't know if he's gonna make it. Is he gonna collapse? He looks like he's gonna collapse.
Yeah, somebody's gonna collapse, and then
But right, like you can do that once. Like that's all you have.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then you're
somebody
done.
else is gonna go back and help them to their feet.
Looks like there's gonna be plenty of training montages. In fact, that scene in the poster on the beach, I bet you any money that's a training montage.
Oh, I bet you any money, like 2/3 of this movie is training montage.
Yeah.
It's going to be a setup with Kevin Costner, getting his team together, getting the chance to do it, and then they're going to do the whole gathering the team and
Yeah.
introducing each kid, and then a montage of them doing their thing.
And there's going to be one kid, and he's kind of he's got problems, but he's so
Yeah.
good.
Oh, and they get together as a team and lift him up, and then he ends up coming back and winning it for him.
And then right before the big cross-country track meet, freaking Costner gets them all together, gathers up the team, gives them this amazing speech that just motivates them.
Tells them how no one believed in them, all that good stuff.
I want to tell Kevin Costner that I don't believe in him.
Give him a demotivational speech.
Ever since the fucking NFL was before that.
Also, it's a high school one too, so it's like not even the stakes aren't even high.
Mm-mm.
It's a true against all odds story of the 1987 McFarland High School cross country team.
Yeah, which is
the one that's got scholarships.
no, you don't get that for running, I don't think. And what school cares about their cross country running team?
I've
You know what I mean?
seen
Like no one even in the school in the
don't-
movie's gonna be like, oh, fuck that.
The ones in Florida, that's about it.
this one's in California, but there's so many documentaries that go over like what was that one, Undefeated, about the high school football team. Like that was a really good documentary. I think it was nominated for an Oscar. Just go see that because that's real life.
But it's running. They run for long distances.
Oh yeah, now I remember what I was gonna say earlier. Kid goes in, and he's being operated on, and he basically dies on the table.
Oh, who's doing
And they
operating?
pronounce him dead.
Oh,
And then Costner walks in, and all of a sudden he comes back to life.
Oh my god.
so he's just like roaming around, popping in rooms. Like, hey, what's going on here?
Whoa,
Dick.
whoa! What do we got going on here?
Yeah.
Did that kid just die?
Hold up. Let me hang out for a little bit. See if he comes back, tells me anything about my wife.
So basically, if he didn't walk into that room,
That kid would
that
die.
kid would have died. But the reason that kid was brought back was because his wife had to tell him something.
Yeah, which wouldn't that, if you're that kid, wouldn't you realize, like, I have no purpose? Like, that's what I was sent
Yeah.
back for.
I could have died peacefully, but instead I have to fucking give you a message.
Yeah, I have to give you a message and then go through more cancer stuff and suffer
Yeah, and I'm
and
just
then die all over
imagining.
again.
I'm just imagining the wife in the afterlife just sitting on a chair and just being like, "Oh, that kid's dead," and then she sees her husband walk in the room. She's like, "Oh, whoa, wait! I'm gonna bring him back real quick."
Just pop
One thing that did bother me, one of the last scenes, when they're in Venezuela, they're in a remote, I said before, remote part,
hmm
and Kevin Costner sees the bus underwater, so he dives in, goes in the bus, it's like in a moving river. And he goes in. He's probably underwater for 2 minutes and he's fine. Then out of nowhere, for some reason, the bus decides to go deeper into the water.
Oh my god.
And the entire bus gets filled. And that bitch is underwater for probably 7 or 8 minutes. And
It's because he's got gills. Waterworld.
he's apparently has a near-death experience, and
Oh,
Nick
shit.
Friday jumps in and saves him.
Oh my god.
With his near-death experience, he gets to see his wife, doesn't he?
Not that time. Wait, yeah, he does. Yeah, he does that
I was
time.
gonna say, missed opportunity.
Yeah. Anyway, she's trying to see him so bad. I don't know. It seems like maybe their marriage wasn't the best because he didn't even know she was pregnant. So what's that all about?
Didn't even know. Yeah.
I think he knew, but they never found her body, so
Oh, okay.
So he
okay.
they couldn't
He didn't know
prove
that the
what
baby.
happened.
He didn't know that the baby was born.
Yeah.
Still,
but he also didn't go to Venezuela
Yeah.
to like, maybe try and look for her.
still, wouldn't you think if you were giving birth, you'd call your husband and be like, "Hey, this is happening."
Just a heads up. Bus accident, now I'm having a baby.
Furthermore, when you're about to give birth, why would you go on a Red Cross mission to South America?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
stupid. Just
yeah, that's
wait.
not a good idea.
Just
That's not-
wait a little bit.
Are you even allowed to fly?
I don't
Right now?
think so.
Like, I think, yeah, there's like
after a
cutoff point.
after a certain time, you're not allowed.
She's just breaking rules.
She doesn't give a fuck.
She just wants to get away from Costner and that fucking parrot.
Spends the whole movie trying to get back to Costner, then kills the parrot.
Does he ever find her corpse?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
But she had to, like, how do you lose the corpse after she has the baby? Like, she had a baby.
Apparently,
Wouldn't someone be like, oh,
there
let's...
are a lot of unmarked graves.
okay, wait.
Oh, okay.
So did she have the baby before or after the accident?
I'm guessing they found her in the water in the bus, and she was dead. And the shirtless people in this tribe decided to save the baby because they have that technology.
So she was pregnant when she died. They pulled her corpse out of the water and cut the baby, still alive, out of her?
Yes, they didn't show any of it happening, but I'm guessing.
Now, that's a supernatural shock.
I don't know how else you explain having a baby and taking it out of a dead woman, but you don't know where the dead woman is currently.
That's what I mean. Like, how do you lose track of that corpse? Even
Yeah,
though you
that's
have the
what
baby.
I'm really confused about all of that. I thought what you were saying was that she had the baby, then got in the accident and died.
No. She got in the accident and died, and then apparently had the baby.
It doesn't even make sense.
Because she drowned. So wouldn't that make the baby drown as well?
Well,
Like if the baby is in her stomach.
yeah, I think the baby probably would die if the mother died. If not right away, then very shortly after. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a baby. Like if you drown and you're pregnant, the baby's gonna die. That's just gonna happen.
Unless your husband is giving us.
This is an enjoyable conversation.
Unless immediately after she died, she somehow because she was able to bring that other kid back to life. So maybe she was somehow able to keep the baby alive.
Oh my god. What?
There's your supernatural thriller.
Shocker. Oh, all right. Well, any final thoughts on McFarland USA or Dragonfly? Where was this birthmark? Please tell me it was like on her vagina or something.
No, it's like on her shoulder.
Oh.
That's a good place for one.
All right. Well, I think that'll wrap it up. Be sure to send us your questions. Podcast@filmpulse.net is the address. We'll be sure to answer them on the show. Follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. And be sure to rate us on iTunes. We appreciate that very much. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes, my name's Adam Patterson, and we'll see you on Monday.
So long.
It's like ordering from Netflix and they just come back and say, sorry, we're sold out of movies.